I am so excited that you're here at SuccessFest because that means you are exactly where you need to be and exactly who I love to speak with. You are on your path to success. I know your journey because I'm on that journey with you. There are some amazing things that I have learned on that journey that have propelled me forward on my road to success, and that's what I want to share with you today. I want to share with you how to move from overwhelm to success by realigning. First, let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Stephanie Brown. I'm a top 1% life coach as voted by Yahoo Finance. I'm certified and credentialed by the International Coaching Federation at the PCP level. I specialize in coaching high-achieving African-American women and helping them align their goals with their purpose and their most authentic self. I am also the mastermind behind R&R Retreats and the premier coaching group for African-American high-achieving women called the Queens Realigned Coaching Membership. I'm also a physician, a wife, a mother, and a community activist. So a few years ago, I was very successful by everybody's standards. I was working in a busy primary care practice, making more than 90% of Americans do according to statistics. I had that checkbox life. You know what I mean. Husband, check. 2 kids, check. Career, check. Suburban home, check. Dog, check. Friends and social life, check. But I did not feel the way I thought I would feel once I had all of those check boxes checked off. As a matter of fact, I was miserable. I felt trapped. I felt like I was a pawn in someone else's game. I was burned out, and this is before the pandemic. But what could I do? I had those golden handcuffs. What could I do to earn as much money as I was earning as a physician and still be able to support my family? Because I was the primary caregiver and breadwinner. I'm sure some of you can relate to this story. I knew something had to change, and it had to change fast. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what had to change. But first, I want to give you an overview of what I want to share with you today. Today, I want to share with you how to move from overwhelm to success by realigning. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you feel overwhelmed? Of course, lots of hands go up. Most of us are overwhelmed. And I just want to let you know, it is by design. Society is set up to make us feel overwhelmed so that we stay distracted from our purpose and so that we don't disrupt the system that is meant to control us. Let me repeat that. Society is set up to make us feel overwhelmed so that we stay distracted and so that we don't disrupt the system that is designed to control us. What I want to do today is to help you overcome that overwhelm. Think about it. Everywhere we turn, we're being distracted by social media, advertisements, the news, bills, requirements at work. Life is overwhelming. But my goal is to free you from that overwhelm. And here are the 3 things that I want you to walk away with at the end of this keynote presentation. Number 1, I'm going to teach you how to balance your doing with your being in order to reduce stress and overwhelm. Number 2, I'm going to show you how to use my Realign blueprint so that you can activate your why, set powerful intentions, turn your goals into reality, and rewrite the narrative of your life. And number 3, I'm going to share with you the secret to shifting your energy so that you can achieve your personal or professional goals with little to no stress, but yet from a place of purpose and passion. So these are the 3 things that I wish I had known many years ago when I was sitting in that dark place of stress and overwhelm, not knowing how to get out of it. So I mentioned that I knew something had to change. What changed for me immediately is that I asked for help. How many times do we try to white knuckle it and do everything on our own when all we really need to do is to reach out for help? I hired a coach and my life transformed. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I'm sure many of us can relate to that. There is a better way. Ask for help. When I hired my coach, amazing things happened in my life. I went from a full-time employed physician to a full-time entrepreneur. No more golden handcuffs for me. If it happened for me, it can happen for you. So first I had to get off that hamster wheel of doing and just learn how to be. And for many of us, that's a foreign concept. My clients ask me all the time, what do you mean by just be? I believe that it is important for us to balance all of the doing that we do with being, and that it's absolutely necessary. Like I said before, many of us are overwhelmed because we're constantly doing. We're doing at work, we're doing at our side hustle, we're saving democracy time and time again, we're taking care of our families, we're checking up on our friends, posting on social media. It's just too much. All of that doing drains our energy. We are human beings, not humans doing. We need to pour back into ourselves by taking time to be. This is the space where we disconnect from the distractions. This is the space where we are in control and not being controlled. Being means getting off that unconscious hamster wheel and actually becoming aware and conscious. It means pausing, breathing, meditating, journaling, running, painting, mindfulness, praying, reading, cooking, whatever it is that you do, that when you're doing it, you have no semblance of time. The time doesn't even seem to pass. That's being. Be intentional about being as much as you are intentional about doing. It will change your life and it will change you. And most importantly, it will reduce the stress and overwhelm. The second thing I wanted to share is my Realign blueprint. Realigning is all about realigning with your most authentic self. The reason we need to realign is because over time, we become misaligned under the weight of other people's expectations. We forget who we are and what our purpose is. We know we need realignment when we feel like we're going through the motions. That's how I felt. When we feel like we are the manifestation of our ancestors' dreams, but we don't quite remember what our dreams are. When we feel like we are wearing a mask or have imposter syndrome, or when we find ourselves defining ourselves by our titles, CEO, founder, C-suite executive, mother, wife, organization leader, but we're not defining ourselves by our passions. It takes energy to wear a mask. It takes energy to code shift. It takes energy to be everything to everybody. And as we give away our energy, we become more stressed and more overwhelmed. The Realign Blueprint puts you back in touch with your values to help you activate your why, which often includes setting boundaries. Hello, we have to learn how to say no. Anybody need help with setting boundaries? I know I did. It also helps you set some powerful intentions. In order to get from a full-time physician to a full-time entrepreneur in a matter of a few short years, I use this process. I set some powerful intentions, and then I created some goals with a timeline. I know it's scary to declare I am going to quit my job in 1 year or 2 years, but it's necessary. I had to come up with strategies, and then I created the tactics that were used to execute those strategies. The tactics were those actions or tasks that I did on a daily basis to get me to my goal. I have rewritten the narrative of my life, and so have many of my clients. I invite you to do the same. The third thing I want to share with you is how to shift your energy so that you can reach success from a place of passion and purpose, and not a place of stress and overwhelm. I am a core energy coach, which means that I believe energy is our most valuable resource. Catabolic energy is the type of energy that is resisting, contracting, draining, and destructive. Over time, this kind of energy can make us sick and take years off our life. This is the energy we are operating in when we feel stress and overwhelm. We have feelings of being a victim or being in constant conflict. We have thoughts of frustration, guilt, not being good enough, and not being able to make a difference. We may end up not taking any action because we feel unable to make a difference. Or we may take action, but we bulldoze over other people and operate by force. Unfortunately, this type of energy is very prevalent at work and in some of our homes. Anabolic energy, on the other hand, is healing energy. It causes us to expand and thrive, and we're able to see multiple solutions to a problem. Core feelings are compassion, forgiveness, joy, passion, and non-judgment. And we tend to see win-win opportunities everywhere that we look. We also see how we are connected to everything around us and that the experience itself is a win. When we shift from catabolic energy to anabolic energy, our stress and overwhelm lessens. And we can make those decisions from a place of passion and purpose. So I'm going to give you a tip on exactly how to do it. This is how you shift your energy. You want to identify the thought that is catabolic, identify the feeling it gives you, and the outcome it's producing. Then think of a more positive feeling or outcome you would like to have. Choose a new thought that will support that more positive feeling or more positive outcome. Believe me, it works. The mind is the ultimate battleground for success. And if you win the battle there, you win it everywhere. Now start realigning so you can go from overwhelm to success.